In '87, the Kemper moved to the TPC at Avenel.
I saw the golf course as having a tremendous amount of potential for making birdies, but also at the same time a tremendous amount of potential for making bogeys and double bogeys, and that's exactly what we saw this week.
Kite attacked the Avenel course. At the par 5 13th, he went for the green in 2. Typically known as a conservative player, his daring paid off. This long bomb for eagle propelled him to his 10th PGA Tour victory. On Sunday, another beautiful day outside the nation's capital. Pat Summerall with the call.
Back at the 10th hole, Greg Norman in the bunker just in front. Third shot.
The way he's taking his stance, Pat, I would think he's buried. It's above his feet. That is not an easy bunker shot. He was buried. He came right up under that lip there, and that was not an easy shot to get close.
Ahead to the 11th.
Cook looking over a putt that would move him to 9 under. He's already 4 under par in his round today. Ken Venturi, I know this young man has worked with you from time to time. What have you said to him this week?
Well, we played Wednesday and worked on a few things, and he does one thing. He would do exactly what I say, and I've known John since he was 14 from Palm Springs. He works hard. He's a good player. It's nice working with good talent.
Missed opportunity here at 11 for John.
In the meantime, back at 10, Greg Norman, who won here 2 years ago.
If he makes 5 here, for him, it's like making bogey. Just got the right part of the cup.
Here's young Davis Love III, one of the longest hitters on the PGA Tour, in the bunker at 18.
His length means nothing here. Left it.
We all admire the guy who can hit the ball the hardest, throw the ball the farthest, and drive the ball the longest. Meet Davis Love III. He doesn't stand out in the crowd at 6'3", 175 pounds, but he's the longest hitter on tour.
He's awesome. He's the longest hitter I've ever seen.
He can smoke it. Yeah, but he does hit it a long way.
That marker on the ground is 310 yards from the tee, and that's Davis Love walking 20 yards past it to get to his drive. Think how that makes everyone else out here feel.
Davis Love hit it about 328. What am I? 290. That's long. Davis probably hit 6 iron in here, and I hit 6 iron to lay up.
Do you think Davis Love is the longest hitter in the tour?
Possibly. I've seen him hit one shot. I was standing on the second green at Hawaii on Saturday this year, and he rolled right through my legs.
I played with Davis Love at TPC this year, and I think he's probably one of the longest hitters of the ball I've seen in a long, long time. I mean, on the 16th hole there, he hit 7 iron for a second shot one day and fatted it. He fatted his second shot and hit it 5 feet and made eagle. So, I mean, I don't know too many individuals that can fat a 7 iron for their second shot on a par 5 and still make eagle.
Here's former long drive champion Jim Dent, former long drive champion Lon Hinkle, and their playing partner Davis Love, 20 yards longer as usual.
Well, when I was young, my dad told me to, my brother and I, just to hit it and as hard as we want, as long as we didn't lose our balance.
So here's the longest hitter on tour, bar none.
From the long hitter to the shortest, Mike Reed. They say you have to be long to compete at Congressional, but he's your leader. Reed defying conventional wisdom.
As straight as he hits it, this is probably, you'd have to give him odds on knocking it on a green.
That's a 3-wood.
Well, that shows his length. He was 225 yards, hit a 3-wood, and the players before him are hitting 3 and 4 irons.
This is a good swing.
Very good shot. Middle of the green in good position.
Mike Reed is bunkered at 10, his third shot.
He was buried really deep. You got to have the strength of a Norman to come at some of those things.
211.
Greg Norman's second shot, 140 yards, probably a pitching wedge going downhill. Whatever it was the right club. Norman now only one shot back with Reed in trouble at 10.
My length allowed me to dominate that golf course, where these guys are going into the 10th hole, for example, I guess with woods, which were literally woods in those days, not the metals we play with. I was going in there with 4 and 5 irons. So, you know, my length, being a long straight driver, that played right, Congressional played right up my alley. But that was a tournament where the back 9, I couldn't seem like I could buy a putt. I mean, I hit a lot of good shots, but I couldn't make a putt.
Back to the 10th.
Larry Mize putting for eagle.
Made a good roll at it.
He sure did. Got it to the hole.
After Mize tapped that in for birdie and Reed bogeyed, Mize took a one-shot lead. At the Kemper in 1999, Rich Beam was on the verge of winning his first PGA Tour victory. But the stress of Avenel's challenging track was taking its toll.
I was so tired, physically, mentally, not trying to think about everything. And what can I say? I had to just try to figure out a way to not shoot myself in the foot. I didn't.
Yes, it's a fist in the air, Rich Beam. Welcome to the PGA Tour. From rags to rich. Rich Beam, your life will never be the same, young man.
By the looks of Greg Norman, you'd think it was the practice round rather than the final round.
Celtics, man, Celtics.
This guy right here, Vern, is my pick. If there anybody out here is going to dominate this game, this guy has got every conceivable weapon to do that. He's long, he's straight, he's got a great touch, he's very, very competitive. And
plus, he's got the personality to become a very popular
great personality. I think he came over here having won a lot of tournaments, I believe like 33 worldwide. He might have been a little complacent. I think he had to spend a couple years over here.
Not bad. Good play, in fact.
There you see the situation with Larry Mize and Mike Reed tied at the top. Greg Norman with a great opportunity at 15, just one behind. And there's no chance of stopping anywhere near the hole.
Larry Mize in the bunker at 14, trying to maintain his one-shot lead.
Oh, it must have been half buried, and that's a very fine stroke he's played there.
Both Mize and Reed would bogey. Norman with a good opportunity to surpass them at 15.
This to take the lead at 11 under. We have seen him miss so many opportunities on this back 9.
Would have been a nice thing to birdie it, yeah. I mean, I didn't know at that time I was one behind. When I got to the green, they both bogeyed 14. That's when I found out that we were all even up then.
John Cook at 18. A fine tournament for the two-time tour winner, but he'll come up short here and finish at 9 under. Over to 15.
Larry Mize ready to play from 70 yards. It's really enjoyable watching him swing. He doesn't force any shot, any swing, plays within himself.
What a wonderful shot by Mize. That easy tap in for another birdie to get back to 11 under. Mike Reed needs this to stay even with Mize.
Now Reed with the first chance to move 11 under, and look at this. Look at this. Two men not known for their aggressiveness, Mike Reed and Larry Mize, putting on quite a display here. Reed with that birdie moves to 4 under. Mize has this to move back to 11 and remains in that tie 3 under par in his round today. But it's Reed and Mize trying to take command.
After a pair of birdies by Mize and Reed, they remain 1 stroke ahead of the Shark who's lurking. Larry Mize on the 16th tee.
Good swing there. Best shot of the day.
From 16 feet, Mize for birdie and the lead.
And he knows this is a big, big birdie. This could do harm to the other guys. Yeah.
Yes, sir. Yes, indeed. Larry Mize, who saw it fall apart for him here 1 year ago, has sole possession of the lead with 2 holes to play. Well, let's go to 17.
Where Greg Norman has heard that roar and he knows this is his last hurrah. He's got to make a birdie here. He's got pitching wedge 110 yards. Now 2 behind Larry Mize. Well, he's got his chance. He's set up the opportunity. Back to the 16th.
And Vern, I refuse to say this is a must putt.
Okay.
I'm not using any cliches.
If you won't, I won't.
But Reed's par attempt is left of its mark, and he now falls 2 behind the leader Mize. Meanwhile, in another must-make situation, Norman eyes his birdie attempt at 17.
Really, this is the last ditch for Greg Norman. He's got to make this birdie to get within 1 of Larry Mize. Absolutely in the heart, and that roar will not sit very well with Mr. Mize making his way to the top of the hill. Let's go down to Steve Melick on the tee.
All right, Ben, thank you. We're standing here with a very aggressive golfer right now. I don't think we've ever seen you in this mode.
Well, you know, I'm trying to be. I'm trying to just trust my swing and go right at it. And you know, as I've found out before, you can't just sit back. You've got to go on and make birdies with Mike and Greg and everyone else out here playing so well. So I'm trying to be as aggressive as I can and make some birdies.
Seems to be working. Good luck.
Great view showing you that you don't see the bottom half of the flagstick here from this position, and he's on a downhill lie. That was a pitching wedge that he hit. And that's an excellent shot. Gives him another chance. So he's really been very resolute.